Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Commentary as Magic Stream on today's Sunday, October 27th, 2024. I am, as always, Grandpaws.
Big cheese.
And Ivory is unfortunately not with us today because work continues being, well, work.
An unfortunate occurrence, but hopefully he'll get through the tough time period right now. But still, for today, we've got a quick one, and one that, sadly, Ivory probably wouldn't have had much to say on, since he also is, unfortunately, not going to get the opportunity to attend Ciderfest.
Because, work.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But we're going back. We're so back in the old hotel. And
yes, the old hotel.
I have thoughts.
Mixed feelings about this.
One of the rooms was fine. And then
the other
we didn't
room
have a
would have been fine, other than, everything about it.
The fact that it wasn't a room. I believe CCG is actually going to be in a tabletop room this year, which is going to be nice. And Ciderfest also presents us with one of the few opportunities to go to a con and not have to be concerned about running all of the tournaments. Joking Luna is kind enough to put things together and host the events himself. And while we will definitely be there and we'll be holding our second Design a Card stream at Ciderfest, and I think that's our fourth one overall, is that right?
Have we actually announced the date and time?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Is that right? Is it the fourth one, Ara? Does that sound right?
So it was the first one, the second one.
Yeah. This is 4.
One in Vancouver?
Yes. So this will be 4.
Yeah, I'm mixing it up with the Design a Card awards.
Mm-hmm.
I had to think about that. I don't like thinking.
That's okay. We'll let the audience think for us. That's what Design a Card is for.
No, and then we end up with Autumn Blaze's couch as a problem and not a troublemaker, and this is unacceptable.
Well, if you provide nothing but couch images and we really lean hard into the troublemaker thing, maybe it'll go somewhere. How many images of couches can you get?
That ship has sailed.
Yeah. Well, in advance of the con, we're still doing what we regularly do, which is highlight the decks, or as close to the final decks as we think we're going to be playing. There's a rant in there somewhere that is scripted, but I don't have it handy immediately. Suffice it to say, we're not doing this to brag. We're not doing this because we're so confident that what we're playing is never going to be beaten. We're doing this because we support the game. We, maintain the rules and card design and all of that, and to show that there is no conflict of interest. And because we'd like to continue playing, because it is fun, we showcase these lists within 5 cards in advance of tournaments. Hopefully you all can understand where we're coming from with that. With that being said, I think this is one of the more interesting streams we've done, as, spoilers, there are no duplicate lists here.
There's no duplicate mains either.
So everyone's got a little something different going on.
Which is, yeah.
Which is?
Well, because what are we presenting here? Because we're presenting Core and Harmony list, right?
Yep.
Core and Harmony, yeah. We have a schedule conflict with the background pony adventure, although you mentioned there's only one thing you have to do to fix that, and it's true.
So, not technically, but yes.
Right? So let's just get going down the list here and see what we're thinking.
Bug. Squash it.
No, do not squash the bug.
Do not the bug.
The bug is an endangered species, and the fine for squashing the bug is very high.
Sorry, do not this bug. Do the other bug. Green
So,
one. Squish the
yes.
green one.
So
He'd probably enjoy it.
during the last online con, we ran a Harmony event. During this Harmony event, Instagram ran a mono white Queen Chrysalis list that was even heavier on taxes than this one was. And I mean, it was pulling cards out from Premier Block and EO Block that I had forgotten even existed, which is very apropos, as Instagram has also done that in other formats like Naylander, and I've always appreciated it. Going back and seeing what people who have played the game for so long are able to remember, and how much I have forgotten about this game.
Yeah. I mean, some of these cards, or I guess, yeah, the older ones here, they saw play back in the day.
Mm-hmm. So I made a couple of tweaks, and I may still make a few more. But overall, this is kind of true to form for what he was going for. We're just going to make everything expensive. We're going to use plaid stripes. We're going to use pit petals. We're going to use some winks and some changeling thrones, and most importantly, 3 copies of Stack of Suitcases, which is not a unique resource, and how that
Oh my
ever came
God.
to be a thing, I
It's
don't know.
so oppressive.
Who's accessorized on here?
Yeah,
I am. Go ahead.
you're triggering me just because of the mention of Stack of Suitcases. That thing used to be the bane of my existence, right behind
If we,
bedtime. Ugh.
I am confident if we printed Stack into core right now, it would push White up to even more top tier than it already is. If Stack was in core, I'd run it 100%. But it's not, thankfully. So we're just going to dial it back a little bit. That being said, um, like it's just crazy. You get so many taxes going here. What's also interesting is just how many ways you have of gaining additional points. That's always been one of the tricky things. Is if White was relying on Mistmain previously, that's kind of AT expensive. But if your whole list is built around I'm going to make everything my opponent does expensive, and you've got ways to score points from Posy Bloom and from Blackmail and from Changeling Throne and even potentially from Pile in here, yeah, you can do some work. Pile being in here, of course, for Pile, as is tradition. Since that card has released, it's been its own worst enemy. And I switched around. Go ahead.
Yes.
Switched around a couple of the troublemakers, added a Lord Tyrek Meddler in here because the synergy with We're Back is just so strong. I look forward to seeing what Izzy Moonbow can do here as well. I'm thinking about the dodgy shopkeeps and how much I want to leave those in there, because it is a lot of value and it's even more point acceleration. Switched around the problem deck a little bit, threw in an Equalist propaganda, because, sometimes it's just nice to ask your combo opponent, so did you bring problem replacement? And if their answer is no, then the game is very short. Otherwise, that's what I got. It
But
should
you
be
have
slow and
more.
grindy. Yeah. Okay, are we going to core now?
Sure. Not a bug.
Not a bug.
No bugs.
No, bring bug back.
We have talked this thing to death. This is the exact same list that I played in Continentals this year. I may make a couple of changes in here, depending. We'll see. But I did like the Granny Smith combo package as a finisher, and I think there's maybe 1 or 2 cards that could be tweaked here, but otherwise, I just like the playstyle. There's a lot of frightening, there's a lot of value, and Legion of Doom and Allura and Twitch are pretty fun. Also, Counter Logic is stupid. Run it while you can. There you go. That's my whole spiel on this list.
Cool. Going to the next list?
Very much to say. So, on to the next.
Yay, shells.
I am very disappointed that I do not see a picture of Cozy Glow up in the corner. We could have had the triad.
It's true. We could have. But I don't think she's good at pile.
I don't think she's good.
I
You can just cut the
don't think
sentence off
she's
right
good. Yeah.
No, you can keep going. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pile. It's a tiny bit different by like 2 cards, but it's still piling.
Still doing what it used to do.
Yeah.
I guess we should probably ask Joking Luna, are you adhering to current OCR?
Do you want to give this deck a massive boost, or do you?
Would you
I mean,
like
I think-
every pile deck to have 2 free points?
Probably not.
At least.
Yeah, no, it's just 2.
Yeah.
Unless it's across
Multiple
turns.
shots.
Yeah,
sure.
across the game. But
Yeah.
I don't think there's too much else to say here. It's just pile.
It's still here after all these years.
Still piling. I may eventually stop playing pile.
I doubt.
Just ban the tile card, then I'll stop.
No.
But I have a promo for it.
Yeah.
You should bring some of them to Ciderfest.
We don't have printed our
Ah.
promos for it, but we have promos for it.
That's right. Okay. Well, we'll make some for
Print it out on a terrible printer, it'll be fine.
Yeah, pile do
Okay.
pile things.
Ready for the next one?
Go for it.
Izzy things. I like
Is
Izzy.
she committing tax fraud?
Yeah. Yeah, so Izzy Orange, there's a few tweaks to this, and I might make a few more tweaks if I have time. Cause I mean she's still a little slow, but it's a fun deck. What did I do? Oh yeah, I added another Canter Logic. Cause
You gotta.
It's good.
Yeah. It's a good card.
It only shares 1 color, but it's good.
You kinda gotta, and I think that says something about it. Anyway, run it while you can.
It does. What does
Get
this?
it while it's hot.
Yeah, what does this deck actually need?
Resource removal.
Better
Resource removal.
better
You have.
resource removal. What? Yeah, because it just
Can't-
has bucket.
Can't have Big Eater.
Yeah, yeah, that's that's what we said last time. If we had Big Eater,
It'd be fine.
it'd be fine. But no Big Eats.
All right. 2 more. We're on
Yeah.
a world record pace here.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say here, I don't think.
Right.
Like,
We've gone in depth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
No.
my 2 are probably more interesting of the 2, but I also, like I said earlier, I don't think, or at least I want to front load as much thought as possible. So these
Burbs.
are, I believe, Pancake's list. It's farm. Because you know what you do when you're playing farm? You don't think, you just go. I got all the thought out of the way ahead of time by outsourcing part of it to Pancake.
This thing is now venture legal. Yeah, that's true. This isn't even a core list anymore. Not by a long shot, huh?
No, not even using the full power harmony.
The disrespect. Is this the equivalent of going into the tournament with one hand tied behind your back and still just sitting there and getting 7-point turns? Because I've seen you do that before, and it's made me angry.
Maybe.
There's no Thunder Lanes here. You should slot Thunder Lane in.
Mm,
I will bring you Thunder Lanes if you want.
nah.
Nah.
Nah. I mean, seriously, it looks like it would dilute the list. I understand that's kind of a tall order, but I think it dilutes the list.
Yeah, that's fair. God, this thing, I forgot how high the flip average is on this thing. It's
It's
kind of
gross,
silly.
isn't it?
It's pretty silly.
Like, I was thinking about the...
Oh,
I
but
honestly could have
okay,
Grogar list. Yeah.
There is a thing that you will probably want to put in here that I don't think will dilute the list. You swap it for, like, I don't know, like Pinky Squeeze or something like that. But this is Pancake's Solano farm list, right?
I believe so, yes.
Well, you got to run Pancake's card then.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if this predates that or not.
It does. Because this is the thing he played to get the ability to design that card.
Oh, yes. Okay.
You
Fine.
gotta run it.
You gotta run it. If only there was a list that you were bringing that already included that card, so it would be an easy swap.
Cough. Next list.
Cough next list.
Cough. Some yellow.
Oh, look, what a coincidence.
Yeah, exact same argument. So you're thinking ahead of time. Run farm. No thoughts, head empty.
This list is banned.
It's running wrong shopkeeper, yes.
Yeah.
Pretend it's running the right one.
You know what I meant.
I know. Yeah,
But,
list is still good though.
Yeah, no thoughts, head empty. Another pancake list. Pancake did all the thinking, and I appreciate him for it.
I have seen much shenanigans with Marestream being used, and I look forward to seeing more. What is this one? What is Ferris? That's...
Oh, yes.
Oh, but okay, sure, because it flips for 4, and it's small, and it's cheap. Okay, got it. Okay, that makes some sense. Acceptable.
Well, it should be, because it's kind of too late for me to do anything about it.
I mean, that's fair. I was sitting there trying to figure out why that one was going. But no, that makes sense. Works well against the magic restored shenanigans.
Yeah.
And against power counters.
But all this isn't the important part. The important part is design a card panel. When is the design a card panel?
Design a card panel
Sunday.
is Sunday.
At 12:30, I think.
I believe that's correct, so that'll be 10:30 Pacific.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, because East, and not in Eastern.
Right.
And so, as per usual, we will attempt to stream or at least record as much of that as possible. And we did end up getting, fortunately, the recording from the Everfree panel, but we didn't get the screen recording of the slides, so I need to figure out what to do about that. Stay tuned. But
we should probably make an announcement for that design a card. We've been talking about it, but I don't think we actually said anything about it.
Yeah. Do something about that. The people need to know. They need to know that they should come make a couch that is a troublemaker.
Yeah.
I'm going to be disappointed if you make me make another problem. Yeah, it's going to be fun, and see you there.
Yep. We look forward to connecting with
all
the players from the Midwest. Yep, show up. Anybody come to PVCF. We got to pack that atrium again.
We need to be able to be louder than the Renegade stage. That's the important part. Like, get the Renegade stage people annoyed at us when we all cheer.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Shoes on the other foot now. We'll make an announcement regarding the design a card panel later this week, so keep your eyes open for that. Are we? I don't believe that we are planning on streaming the actual tournaments, right?
No,
what's
I
the
don't
plan
think
with
we
that?
normally stream there.
Right. But we'll try to stream the panel at least.
Yeah,
We
we'll make
can
an
try.
attempt at the panel.
It always
Like-
just depends on what the internet's like.
Right.
Internet, whether we can get the stage equipment to cooperate. Ever free.
Yeah.
Hooking
bit.
into the audio is always annoying.
Yeah.
Ah, well. With those lists done, I guess that will about wrap up our discussion for
Hey,
today.
the announcement was important.
The announcement was important. It was. It's true.
But with all that said and done,
Yes. We would like to give a big shout out to all our patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your regular support. If you aren't currently a patron and you enjoy what we do, please consider donating. Doing so enables us to continue making content and lets you earn some great perks as a bonus. If you have comments or questions you'd like to send our way, feel free to reach out to us through Facebook, Twitter, or email. If you're a patron, you can also chat live with us on Slack any day, anytime. Finally, if you're looking to watch any of our previous videos, including tournament recordings, you can find them on our YouTube channel, linked just below the stream. With all that said, thank you to each and every one of our viewers, both here now and watching this recording later. We are, as always, Commentary is Magic. I am, as always, Grandpaws.
Big cheese?
Arquette and Ivory, as was said before, is stuck doing emergency unprompted mandatory bonus overtime.
But he's here in spirit. Probably.
Probably.
Maybe.
We'll see you all at
Maybe.
Ciderfest.
Yep, see you there. Bye.
Bye.